listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. I am your host, Max Trujillo, and we're going down south, folks. Like Zach Bryan would say, he's headed south. We're going down to a town that I maybe have only driven through and maybe stopped by at a time or two, but from what I gather, it's starting to become a thing. We're talking about the town of Angier. And with us, I've got an old friend of mine here on the podcast that helped us all get together, but I'll introduce him last.
Fair.
But we're talking about Giuseppe's Corner in Angier, which is a great deli. Well, we're going to find out because we got some sandwiches here. And don't tell anyone, but tell everyone that there's also a speakeasy, it's above.
It used to be the town jail.
Hello.
Actually.
And with us around the table, we're going to start with John Canepa. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Don't get me scared. John's brother, Mike. Hello. Mike Canepa.
Hello.
And everyone's favorite bartender, and my old bartender at Crafton, who's now over here in Angier, Zachariah Williams. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, we got them all here. Applause. No one can hear it, but I can hear it. Anyhow, well, hey, Zach, by the way, you came over here and
Hello.
you raided my liquor cabinet.
As one does, yeah.
So let's just figure out, you're like, may I make a drink? And I was like, well, you better make one for all of us. So what have you shared with us? What have you poured in this drink, in this glass?
So, working with the few resources that I had, I made a drink inspired by a traditional rum and coke using rum
Rub.
and Kolodka,
Vodka.
which I have
dusted off
just
that old bottle?
recently learned is a cola-flavored vodka.
Actually, not bad.
And I wanted to see what happened, and it's surprisingly good. It's like an extra strong rum and coke.
Yeah, it's from, it was like one of the first things that Kevin Barrett and Drew Shank over the Dram and Draft Boys, it was their like first endeavor into the liquor business. And then they went on and made Moonbird and Goats. There we go.
As noted by the goats on the picture.
That's why there's a Goats on the picture. Yeah. So, which are actually fantastic. They're both.
The bottles are
Is
dope.
that the rum that you put in here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so you went all brand with them. So kudos to the gents over at Dram and Draft. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. You're underage.
Yeah, no drinking from Mike. Mike, how old are you?
19.
19. All right, you're getting there.
Considering it's all liquor, though.
Oh,
Right?
they didn't bad at all. But anyhow, okay. So we're sitting here. We're going to talk sandwiches a little bit. We're going to talk drinks a little bit. But I also want to talk about the town Angier. So I'll start with you, John.
Yeah.
You moved to Angier from where? Where are you from?
New York City, Queens.
New York City.
From Queens. Okay. That's a cool spot. I've actually had a few friends that have lived out there in Queens. But how long have you lived here in North Carolina?
December of 22. So going on 2.5 years.
Okay.
3 years.
Pretty
December.
pretty recent move. What was the impetus for North Carolina?
I had a business in New York. I had sold it. I couldn't work in New York anymore. So family was down here for about 7-8 years, Mike. So about 8 years. So we moved down here to start over.
Like legally, you couldn't.
I had an NDA, so I sold a very large business.
Got it.
I couldn't. It was a large private-owned business with a couple partners. I was bought out, so I couldn't legally work in that industry anymore for 2 years, which was kind of sad.
Can you legally talk about it right now?
Some parts
Prefer to not.
I prefer not to,
All right.
because it's still an ongoing battle. But yeah,
Fair enough.
long
And now
story
you're
short, so we started.
laying low in Angier over here.
Yeah, with Giuseppe's Corner.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So
And when did Giuseppe's open?
Giuseppe's opened in 23. October of 23.
Yeah.
So we were 3 doors down from where we are now.
Okay.
We moved to where we are now in the end of November, beginning of December of this past year.
Yeah. Very cool. And so, Mike, what do you? How are you involved with this whole business here?
I do all the cooking at the business.
Oh, really?
He's the head chef.
Sauce, the meatballs, everything. I manage the kitchen. I make sure everything's quality, everything's working how we're supposed to.
Nice.
And sorry, but that's my.
How do you know how to cook? You're 19.
So
I challenge anybody listening to this to bring a better meatball than this 19-year-old kid.
It's not gonna happen. It's impossible. Not gonna happen.
Look at that. And
We should have brought him a meatball.
He's humble
definitely
too.
brought the arrogance with them from New York.
We should have brought the
That
meatballs.
cockiness
You should have brought the
travels
meatballs.
well.
Zach could attest to it too. I don't know.
They're not
They're
just
good
whistling
meatballs.
Dixie over here.
They're good meatballs.
Yeah,
See,
nice. So yeah, but where'd you come up with, like, how'd you learn anything how to cook? Who taught you?
honestly, from my dad. My dad got his recipes from my nonna, which most of the recipes are still from my nonna, like the red sauce, the vodka sauce. I'm not really sure about. It's kind of gray area.
Yeah.
Because it's the same like following, but not the same thing. Because I don't even think Nona really made red vodka sauce like
No.
that. Meatballs, for that, my Nona and my dad, they had two different recipes, so I kind of just mixed those together.
There's one little secret that no one will ever guess. Some people know it and some people don't.
Exactly.
Well, don't get me.
That
You'll get me
secret's from
thinking.
my
And
Nona.
it's the
Well,
stupidest
what
thing.
is it?
And
I don't know.
years ago, I was cooking with my sister. We started off just making actually what I'm making now: chicken cutlets, red sauce, very simple things. And then from that, we cooked a lot of Asian food at home and just did things like that.
Yeah.
And I always had a love for cooking, and I wanted to go to culinary school, but I just chose to go down this path instead of going to culinary school.
I love it, man. That's awesome, and it's kind of cool that you have a place to, like, apply your abilities. Like, you know, you're not like you didn't just like go work as a line cook somewhere else. It's like, no, you're actually making it for your family, for the family business, and putting it down. And it seems like your brother
he's learning the
likes what he's doing.
operational ropes now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, he's a very good cook. He's got everything together when it comes to recipes and cooking skills. And now he's learning the operational end.
Is he punctual though?
Him? Yes. Oh yeah. He's
Oh,
there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is John
They're an hour early most days.
There an hour early.
How's John with the punctuality?
Me, I have
No
other.
comment.
I have other businesses I own and have to deal with on a day-to-day business. So if I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
somewhere at a certain time and I get an emergency, it kind of goes out the window.
Understood. All right.
So it's tougher on my end.
Yeah. Zachariah, from henceforth, I'm going to call you Zach, just because I always call you Zach. Welcome to the show. You haven't been on before, right?
No.
But you've been here to the
fact
studio.
that
I've been to the studio a few times. I don't think I've ever actually been on the show.
Yeah.
I've got you connected with other people for the show.
Yeah.
Like Pan and Fayetteville and stuff like that.
That's right.
But I've never been on the show myself.
Yeah. You and I have seen each other 3 days in a row.
I know.
We're not seeing each other for like a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it was all not planned. This is like the weirdest thing. The only thing that was planned was today. We planned
Yeah.
to have y'all on the podcast on a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday.
That's funny.
And then we all went to Kesha
Yeah. We went to Kesha
separately
and Scissor Sisters.
and Scissor Sisters. Take your mama out tonight. And I went with 5 teenage girls, 2 of which are my daughters and then their friends. And I basically wrote like, help me on Facebook and said, I'm going with a bunch of teenage daughters. Is anyone else going? Zach, as well as many other people. I saw so many of my friends, a lot of women that I know in a professional sense that only wore pasties on their boobs. And that was it. And I was like, oh, Kesha brings it out. Because what's the name of Kesha's tour, Zach?
The Tits Out Tour
Yeah.
is, I believe, what the scientific term is for it.
Yeah. So they all
Did you have
made
your tits
good.
out, Max?
They all made good. I mean, I wish I would have worn my see-through vest, but
I would have been calling him Maximilian.
yeah, I mean, it was, but it was a good time. We had a good time.
It was a
The
blast.
show was like way entertaining. I realized I knew way more songs by Kesha than I let on.
And something I want to say on the record for other people to hear: Kesha is legitimately more talented than I ever gave her credit for.
actually sing.
She's
Agreed.
legit.
She played guitar for real, and like got up there by herself. She started belting it at the end.
Yeah,
She's got a strong voice.
she does.
She does.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then I always have to tell this stupid anecdote, but I know Kesha personally. I've held her feet while doing push-up or sit-ups because she and I belong to the same boot camp gym out in Santa Monica, but like 15 years ago when I lived in LA. and she joined it, and she, like, you're like doing the boot camp outdoor, and when you do that in the beginning, when you're just warming up and stretching, you like go around and say your name and like something that you're doing. And I'm like, I'm Max. I sell wine. And it was like, hey, I'm Kesha. I'm a musician. And she's like, I'm about to go on tour. And everyone's like, what? And no one had known her because her album hadn't dropped. And she's like, yeah, my record label told me that I was too chunky and that I needed to drop like 15 pounds. So I'm here to lose weight. And me being a musician, I was like, I talked to her a whole bunch. I was like, wait, you're going on tour? She's like, yeah, my album hasn't dropped yet, but it's with a major label, and you're gonna hear it. It's the plan is like a full blown marketing play, and then I think TikTok, was her first song, right? TikTok came out and like it went straight to #1 on the charts and was the biggest song for like 4 years. I never saw her ever again after that, but like I worked it out with her maybe, I don't know, a dozen times, and she was super nice, like nice person. But so it was cool to see that she's now kicking ass.
Add it to your list of like almost famous
Oh my god,
situations.
There are way
Lonely
too many.
Island, Kesha.
Should have threw yourself into that one.
Yeah, worked with the guys from Lonely Island. Used to sell or used to make drinks for Donald Sutherland, R.I.P. all the time. Oliver Stone was my regular at Wolfgang Puck's, and yeah, so many of that stuff. And then last night, just because it's a thing that was going on, might as well mention it too.
Yeah.
You and I both separately, but showed up at the NCRLA's Chef Showdown, the finals. And if those haven't been, it's North Carolina Restaurant Lodging Association's big food and beverage event where they take quite a few chefs from all over the state and they challenge them to make a great bite.
I think it was like 78 to start, and they whittled it down to 18
Yeah.
by the end, I think it was.
Yeah, they do a few rounds over the course of a few weeks, maybe a couple months. And little old me used to be the MC of that event a couple years in a row. So I know it well, and it was nice to be asked to come on in. So went in there, enjoyed some food, some beverage. But, busy day, and I already had been up all night with Kesha the night before, so I did not stay out too late. You told me who won. It was the guy it was Raul from
What is it called?
we'll have to find this out.
Yeah, it was the food truck.
Yeah,
That's at End of Days.
He made an awesome beef and pork skewer, I guess it was, or beef skewer. That was tremendous.
And then Chef Kevin from the Depot was the runner-up
Oh yeah.
for the main event, and then Bobby McFarland was the People's Choice with his little deconstructed Philly cheesesteak, which was pretty
It
awesome.
was pretty good.
But the thing that topped the whole event for me was that honey goat cheesecake thing.
Yeah.
Hands down, one of the best desserts I've ever had in my life.
By the way, not to downplay what you said, but I was laughing. I was talking to another friend right before we left, and they were like, anything that you need to try? And they're like, oh, maybe we'll try this, try that. I'm like, Zach over here just told me that the honey dish was the greatest thing that he's ever had in his entire life. And the person I was talking to went, eh. And I just love that. That's the difference between two people's opinions so
funny.
quickly.
Well, to be fair, he did win both People's Choice and the main.
Voted. Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
It was amazing. Like I will say it to her face.
You're gonna be on my wife's shit list.
Like,
for a
that's
while.
okay. She makes good desserts too. 'Cause we're just better.
yeah. So so Zach, you and I worked at Crafton together for a time. You've been a staple around town because you've worked. You're at the Depot
I'm at the Depot
in Nightdale.
in Nightdale. I'm at Giuseppe's. I helped both of those places open and helped start their cocktail programs.
Yeah.
I've also slung some beer and wine at Whistle Stop in Wendell.
Yep.
So a little
Yeah.
bit of stuff here and there.
When you were brought on, when I hired you, like regulars would come in and everyone knew who you were. They're like, "You're here now. You're here now." So like Zach's kind of a local legend in these parts. So it's nice to get reacquainted with you. And it's good to know that you're down here. So let's talk about Giuseppe's. Let's get into it. So obviously, coming from New York, that's like the haven. Whether it's New York or Philly, both places hold their sandwiches in high regard.
Although Philly doesn't do the bread correctly, but
And that's what a Philly person would say to you. But I just had the gents on from Ideals.
go to the old country. Italian bread is just what we serve.
I had the gentleman, the two guys from Ideals out in Durham, and they do make a fantastic sandwich. And they have a line out the door every single day. So the popular opinion is that they make a very good sandwich, and they bake their bread in house, so that's also pretty nice. But what makes Giuseppe's special? Well, I want to hear from you guys.
First off, the ingredients. We use all boar's head meats minus the.
Get closer to that.
Yeah. It's definitely the ingredients.
Yeah.
We use all boar's head meats with a few imported meats from Italy as well for the prosciutto, the capicola, and 100% the bread. You can't get the bread.
Yeah.
So we import the bread sometimes twice a week from New York from a friend's bakery up there. And they're actually one of the best bakeries up there for the bread, for the Italian semolina bread. And that's what makes our sandwiches, the ingredients in the bread.
That's awesome.
And then that's for the cold cut sandwiches, the true Italian heroes. And then when you get into the chicken cutlet sandwiches and the meatballs, my brother sitting next to me, his recipes might be 19-year-old kid, but his recipes are beyond good.
Well, let me ask you. So with the meatball, is it what are your meats? What do you put in the meatball?
Homemade.
It's what we get 80/20?
80/20.
80/20 ground beef.
Okay.
Italian seasoning, cheese,
Breadcrumbs.
breadcrumbs, eggs.
A
Our
secret.
secret ingredient.
And
But you're not putting
no
like,
pork. No,
pork or
because
anything
a lot of
as
people
well.
in that area can't eat pork.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we, normally we would, but because of,
Yeah,
catering to the public,
yeah.
it's
that
just
probably
easier to
makes
do beef.
more sense. Yeah.
Um,
But and so, well, for one, you also brought sandwiches here, so we should probably get into those.
I have sandwiches here, yeah.
But so how many sandwiches are on the board?
Probably about 15 now. But we're adding 2 new ones probably about next week.
3, because I'm going to put one on
3.
there.
Zechariah wants a new one with his name on it, so we're adding
I actually
3
want
new
2.
sandwiches.
I want one
We're
that
getting
is
one.
going to be called the 5 Points.
Yeah.
That is a combination of Italian and Irish ingredients.
We'll tell them why you want to name it 5 points.
Anyone listening that gets why it's called 5 Points and knows that it's Italian and Irish ingredients will get it. I don't have to explain Gangs of New York to them.
All right.
And then I would like one named after myself just because I'm vain. And
Can I name it? If it was named after you?
yeah,
No, I'm just,
You should name it.
you should.
I'm just kidding. Purple cowboy hat. That's one that we could start with.
He has a purple vest
I do. I have many vests.
that he wears to the speakeasy too. I'm going to drink to that.
Okay. So you open it, and then what? You had a space above, and you just decided, let's expand. Tell us, walk me
Yeah,
through that
so
process.
flashback to a few years ago before we even moved down here. My current partner in one of my businesses in New York, we were supposed to open up a bagel store in Fuquay, actually, where the Walmart is, where the new Mexican restaurant is. I don't know the name. Is it Fiesta Time?
I think so, yeah.
Fiesta Time. On record that leasing company is probably the greediest people I've ever met in my life. And after negotiating an LOI for about 3 months, we finally get the lease document. It was 120 pages long, and everything we talked about was total opposite. So we backed out. My wife and I were driving home through the town, and we saw the old location up for lease. My wife was like, "Oh, this would be a great spot to put it." So at that point, we're like, all right, maybe we don't want to. This was like 2 years later. So we're like, maybe we don't do the bagel store. Maybe we do the Italian sub shop.
Yeah.
And do bagel because we do bagels too. We import the bagels from New York as well. And that's how it got started there. We did well the first year and a half. For an undisclosed reason, we had to leave that location. We actually were thinking about closing because we couldn't find a new location, but then a friend of mine who owned brick and mortar, he wanted to get out. So he sold us his business and the building, and that's how we moved there.
Very cool. Well, by the way, that was freaking delicious.
Yeah.
The Glendale,
The Glendale, which is what? What is the sandwich?
that's provolone, capicola, hot capicola, Genoa salami, prosciutto, pepperoni, mortadella with pistachios, lettuce, red onion, roasted peppers, oregano, oil vinegar.
That's the one that went up on TikTok.
Yep. That's the
so-
one that just blew up this past weekend.
Yeah. So explain that. Zach, you were telling me at the concert. somebody did a reel.
Yeah, so a girl named Grace. Thank you, Grace, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Regular person too. She wasn't. I don't think she's a TikToker. She just posted a video of she DoorDashed it actually. She didn't even come into the store. She DoorDashed it, posted a video of it, and somehow hit the algorithm. As we're standing, I think it has like 200 and something thousand views from
Yeah,
Sunday.
she's got like a little over 5,000 followers as of today. So I don't know how many came on after the fact. And
wow.
41 visits total, or 41 videos total. Sorry, and it's like 200,000 views on this video.
Oh, so even like she went viral.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
but I saw. I mean, like, what was the significance of the video? I mean, she just.
It was just a
Basically
review video.
said it was the best Italian
Yeah.
sub in
Yeah.
North Carolina,
Yeah.
which again is due to the bread. You're tasting it now. The
bread is fantastic.
Anybody can get boar's head meats. Anybody can get, but
Yeah.
you can't get my bread.
Yeah.
And you can't get New York water, which that's anybody could fight me tooth and nail on it. It's the New York water. You cannot replicate bagels or bread like we do in New York because of the water. And I know that directly from one of my other businesses because I do plumbing and I work with filtration. It's not possible. That's the secret.
Okay, and then this other one, Laura's.
That's my mom.
That's your mom.
So, funny story. My mom used to go to Blimpies all the time in New York when I was a kid. My mom used to work, my mom used to work at J.C. Penney as a photographer, and I used to go with her to work sometimes. And after work, we'd always get a Blimpie sandwich, and that's what she would order. It was ham, capicola, provolone, lettuce, red onion, banana peppers, salt, pepper, and mayo.
And oil and vinegar.
Extra oil and vinegar. And it's a great great sandwich. It's actually probably the second or third most popular sandwich at the shop.
Yeah, it's that's my jam. That's unbelievable, man.
So a real Italian would make fun of you because you have mayo on it. Which, if you go on the comments of Grace's TikTok, you see the real Italians coming out. They're like, well, "Who puts mayo on it?"
But your mom did, so you're like,
Well, that's just ham capicola, but
yeah,
yeah, the Glendale, we don't put mayo. You could put mayo on it.
yeah. But wait, why is there mayo on it?
My mom's
The
not
Laura's
Italian.
has mayo. The
Right.
Glendale does not.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Because mom liked the mayo. Is what
My
I'm
mom likes mayo. Yeah, my dad would probably freak out. My dad is still has a green card. I don't even think he's a citizen. He's a legal resident. He has a green card.
sure he is. But yeah,
But my mom is a mutt. My mom's German, Irish, French, Italian, Dutch, Scottish. Everything. I think like everything under the sun.
yeah,
So
yeah. I kind of grew up in a deli. Like my godfather Marco wasn't Italian, but like you wouldn't know it if you saw him. You would swear he was Italian.
yeah.
The weirdest part is like he's got like olive skin, kind of like round guy, gravelly voice. But he was born in Finland and had Russian and like German descent. So you would think like visually he'd look completely different, but he spent most of his life in the Middle East, so he's fluent in Farsi and what's the other and Arabic. But he was a translator in World War II. He was a lot older. He's passed now. He was fluent in 7 languages, and I love him to death. He was an amazing person, super cool. But he opened up Deli DeMarco in Cupertino, California, which you'll know Cupertino because that's where
Yeah.
Apple headquarters is based, and his deli was probably like 2 miles away from where the Infinite Loop is right now, where Apple's headquarters is. But as like a 5-year-old, I would go in there and I would dust the shelves, and he'd pay me in Toblerones. And my brother, who's a lot older than me, was like the manager. He would run the deli, and I mean, I have like these fond memories of just being in the walk-in, and like when I open up a pickle bucket, the aroma that I smell today just immediately brings me back to being in that walk-in. And same thing with big tubs of mayo and all, and mustard, just all of that stuff. That's home to me. So like I love a deli more than anything. And we fresh sliced everything. We had the slicer. My brother has the scars on his fingers to prove it.
Oh,
And
God, please.
But let's round it out. So what is the rest of it? Do you guys sell wine? Do you do a lot of
So we're
takeout?
starting to expand now. As you were saying, Angier, who knows Angier? Not a lot of people know Angier, but all of a sudden it's on the map, and a lot of people are moving there. It's becoming bigger. When we first were in the other location, our market was bigger. We had more, like we had the salads ready, all different types of salads. We had the olives that you could buy. We're gonna start moving into that now, but we tried it. It wasn't really ready for it. The subs and the desserts are really what's driving the business right now. But we getting more and more people asking for it. So I would think in the next year or so we can try to
We should also
We could try
mention
it
the
again.
market.
well, the market's all like hand picked, like it's all imported Italian groceries.
Nice.
So we don't have anything in the market that's made here. It's all imported stuff, imported pastas, desserts. They have the little croissants that I used to have as a kid. My nonna used to give them the chocolate croissants, the vanilla filled croissants.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
So we'll eventually try to move that way again,
Yeah.
and add it to it, but it wasn't ready for it yet.
Yeah.
But it's growing now. There's more restaurants coming. There's more people. There's more developments, communities. So
Well, Zach, as you take your big old bite over there, I'll give you a moment to chew. I know you like to craft some cocktails, and you're a fan of it. I mean, while you're still chewing over there, this guy, Zach, he's a collector of unusual spirits, and many a time he would bring in just like a little sample bottle of something, and I remember him bringing me like,
oh, you're gonna get him in trouble. Where's my stuff you brought me?
I haven't gotten anything new.
I got, let's see, I'm trying to remember. You brought me a Hawaiian liquor. It was like a Hawaiian.
It's like Okala How or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's
Yeah.
like a coconut moonshine.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty cool. You also brought me it was like a Icelandic vodka, I want to say.
Brennivin.
Brennivin.
It's
Yeah.
like a super licoricey liqueur.
Yes, that's what it was on vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like one of their like national staple drinks or something.
Yeah. But with all that said, you love making unusual things. You have a pretty awesome palate. You like making cool drinks. So walk me through what's the speakeasy cocktail list like? What do we
So we've got we got a good blend of stuff. Naturally we've got a lot of our classics because I feel like a lot of people are kind of like moving back towards that area away from craft cocktails. And like, at least in my experience, even the craft cocktails I see selling a lot are the ones that are like classic adjacent. Like one of our biggest sellers at Giuseppe's is called the Peacemaker. And it's based off an old fashioned, but it's made with a habanero syrup. And then the noir bitters from Remedy, who I love using Remedy bitters. Shout out
way.
to Rob and
Rob's
Ariana.
looking great, looking super fit
Right?
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that, Rob? If you're listening, well done. He's dropped a few pounds, and that now he needs to go out and buy a new suit because he's got old Rob's suit size in that suit we saw him in last night. So that's what you can always tell when somebody lost weight somewhat recent. You're like, oh yeah, you haven't been shopping yet. I can tell. But
But yeah, I've tried to at both the Depot and Giuseppe's. I brought in a lot of Remedy stuff, just because I appreciate their craft and the different stuff that they make.
yeah,
And yeah, so like I said, the Peacemaker is like a spicy old fashioned, and people love that. I've got another, it's the Espresso Martini,
That was really good.
which is like a spicy. I love spicy cocktails, but it's like a spicy chocolate espresso
Yeah.
martini that has been really popular. Another one that I stole from my days at Crafton
oh,
was the Aunt Sally.
what was Aunt Sally?
It is
That was my
mezcal.
alcoholic aunt, by
Yeah.
the way. That was
That-
my Aunt Sally.
That Palo Santo wood chip makes it.
Yeah, so it's mezcal,
Yeah.
sour, amaretto, and Earl Grey simple syrup,
That's right.
and then the lime and sea salt bitters, also from Remedy.
With a lit Palo Santo.
But then we also take a Palo Santo stick and light it on fire, so it has that like extra smoky thing
cool.
to it.
Nice.
Gives it this nice visual presentation when it comes out.
Taste the essence.
And like any good Aunt Sally, it's sweet and a little smoky.
Mine was a little drunk with a raspy voice. All right. All right.
There you go. It's got all the elements right there.
She was the aunt that when she came to visit me, I was very young, probably in those days when I was at Deli DeMarco, and we went to a grocery store, and in California you can buy liquor at a grocery store, and when we walked through, she looks over and sees a shelf, and she goes, "Oh, all my friends are here," and I was like, "What?" And she was visiting from Denver. I'm like, "Your friends?" She's like, "Yeah, Jack, Johnny, and Jim." And of course, she was talking about.
I actually think you're the one who named that drink when I first made it. I'm pretty sure you're the one who. Yeah, you did. Okay, yeah.
I named it.
Yeah,
Aunt Sally
gotcha.
after my Aunt Sally. Who
That's
was
funny.
A major drinker. That's where it came from.
That's so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's nice that you have Aunt Sally living on.
Indeed. And now we've got this nice, like, full circle. Like, we're doing Giuseppe's with the Aunt Sally drink with the person who came up with the name for my creation. It's this whole little Ouroboros of alcohol.
It's very nice.
And then outside of that, we've got a key lime martini that's really popular.
Yeah.
Couple blackberry themed drinks. We'll be doing a shift next month to a fall themed menu because I love me some seasonal menus.
Yeah.
But keeping some of those favorites on. So
We got to do some pumpkin spice.
yeah.
Yeah. How far is it from, say, like right here, proper downtown Raleigh? Right, we're right in the center. If we went down
5 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
25, 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad.
Far.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I felt. Going to Crafton was just like heading east, and so Angier's just kind of heading southwest.
Yeah.
Like it's on your way to Pinehurst or so, right?
Yeah, it's like right next to Fuquay, right?
It's 5 minutes from Fuquay. Depending where you are, it's like 5. It's the border.
Yeah, just beyond Fuquay. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So I think you said it earlier, but what was the impetus though for North Carolina? Like, why did you find this spell?
My family was down here already. So me and my wife were actually looking at homes in Connecticut during COVID. That business that we're not going to talk about, I was supposed to sell as a whole with my partners back in, it was literally of December of, when was COVID, 2019? Or 2020?
2020 was the big.
So December
Yeah.
of 2019, we were supposed to sell, and we didn't sell over something stupid. And then COVID hit literally 3 months later, and it kind of, karma. I'm going to call it for some people. It was karma, but I got caught in the crosshair. And then, my family was
sound
already
bitter.
down here.
You don't sound bitter at all.
No, I made my money, and I wouldn't be. Listen. I make more today than I did then, so it made me a better person. I learned a lot. I have my wife. I have my family. Without my wife and family, we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So, it was a learning lesson. It was good.
Very cool.
It was good. It was good. It happened. It made me a better person. But my family was down here. My wife and I, we were done after COVID in New York. It was bad. It got bad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk bad about New York. I still have businesses there, and we do well there, but I wouldn't want to ever live there again. And neither would my wife or most of my family. So
It's a huge change. I mean, being from Los Angeles, the second biggest city in the nation, it's total chaos there. I mean, it's like, it's fine, and it's great to visit, and the food's amazing, and the weather's always perfect, and everyone's beautiful. But also the traffic sucks. Everyone's also a total douchebag. Everything costs way more than it needs to, and just life feels harder.
yeah,
It's not easy. Here, it's like you can pull into a C store to go get something real fast and leave. In LA, if you wanted to like go to like a Walgreens, you're like, oh, I got to valet park this thing. It's going to be $18, and then I've got to wait for the guy to like go take it away and then come back. I'm like, what are we doing, folks? Like, let me just go get my Band-Aids and get out of here.
There's no such thing as a convenience store.
Yeah, it's
At best, it's an inconvenience.
Welcome to our inconvenience store. Yes.
So for me, if my family wasn't here, I wouldn't have even known this place existed. But
Yeah.
they were already here, and we visited all the time. We liked it.
Angier
Were
or
you
North
already down
Carolina?
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved here. It was September of 2019 that we moved here.
Okay. Oh, so not very.
Yes.
I thought it was 2018.
No, 2019.
2019.
So pretty soon, like they came down and you followed, not too far after.
Yeah, and at that point, I was making fun of them when they left. I'm like, yeah, I'll never go down there. And then COVID hit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm coming, guys. I'm
Never
coming.
say never. Yeah.
I'm coming. I bought myself a Hellcat, and I did. We're not going to say that, but I hauled ass down here. Let's just say that.
That's awesome, man. Mike, what were you? So obviously you had just come out here. What were you doing before the deli was open? I mean, what were you thinking of doing? I know you were a kid when that happened, but
Before we opened the deli,
yeah,
honestly, I still had my eyes on culinary school. The deli is why I didn't go to culinary school. If we didn't have the deli, then I would probably be in culinary school as we speak. But cooking has always been my passion. To me, I genuinely like doing it, experimenting with flavors, the recipes. It's like a science to me.
yeah,
So that's why I wanted to go to school for it. And then, like I said, once we opened up the deli, it was just a better route for me. It was a more direct route instead of going to school, because school can only teach you so much, in my opinion. Getting the actual experience, and like John said before, now I'm learning the operational ropes of it.
yeah.
The cooking I have down. I know how to cook in a restaurant setting. So now it's just learning those operational
Yeah.
ropes. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Which is more my wife teaching him than me.
So,
Without my wife, this business wouldn't operate.
I mean, I imagine that like you have employees. I would assume.
Yes.
So, like, how is
Employees are hard.
that? Well, but how is that?
I don't even want to talk about that guy. You see me? No, let's not even talk about employees.
No, but how is that as a chef being 19, telling? I assume everyone's probably not younger than you. So if you have employees, like,
no, the only one younger than me is Marley.
Marley, yeah.
right. So you're like the boss in the kitchen, and are you able to motivate as a 19-year-old and get people to do the job?
Let's just say the guy that we just fired, Mikey fired, he threw his shirts at him. This was 2 days ago.
Well, that's
That
fun.
was pretty funny.
Yeah, I got shirts thrown at me.
He got fired for stealing, so it's okay.
Oh, but he gave back the shirts.
He gave back the shirts, but he didn't give back the meat that he was stealing.
Balance.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
exactly.
It's all good.
But yes, yeah, honestly, I do. Like whenever I ask them for help or for them to get things done, it's not like a yes or no thing. They know that it has to get done, and I feel like everyone in the kitchen is on an understanding of what we have to do, because we all obviously have our own tasks with prepping. Especially the girl that I work with in the morning, how we prep and work together.
Yeah.
We're very like eye level with that, so we understand where both of our positions, where we are, and we work together to get through it. So the only time I've ever had an issue is when honestly we hire like older people, like going into like 30s, 40s.
Hey, watch
They
it
don't
there.
listen.
Watch it.
No. I mean, okay, so that
don't listen.
Damn
if
boomers.
you walked into a kitchen and you had a 19-year-old that was technically your boss, how would you feel?
Well, that's my
They don't
point that
listen.
I was making
See?
earlier. That's what I said.
Yeah,
How does
so-
he handle
Yeah.
this young kid, just growing that mustache out over here? How like, son? No, but that's going to be the learning curve for you. And I think I like your approach though. You're taking it like, hey, I'm not telling you to do this, telling you to do that. The job is the job, and we got to get to
Has
the
to-
end.
yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's being matter of fact and less personal is probably a better way to go.
Yeah.
Nice, very cool. That's cool that you understand that at such a young age. I still barely understand that now. But so getting back to the viral TikTok video, it from what I heard, it very much affected your business, and you guys got super slammed. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been weird. So when we moved there, it picked up. When we did the move in November, it picked up drastically. It slowed down, picked back up. We were actually in a slow stage right before the video. The past 2 weeks, I think a lot of restaurants are kind of slow right now, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. The middle of the summer is the absolute worst, and
Yeah.
I never understood this. Being from Los Angeles, I didn't know the pattern, but somebody explained it to me one time. They said, "No, what you need to understand." It was a mom, and she said, "In Raleigh, the dad works Monday through Thursday, and typically takes an early Friday, and then goes down. But the kids and the mom go to the beach in our beach house." I'm like, "Oh, nice. So everyone has a beach house?" She's like, "Mm-hmm." At least that community that I
And now with Airbnb, everyone has a beach house.
yeah. And I was like, "Oh, must be nice." But yeah, she's like, and then then The kids and the wife, the mom, they stay out there at the coast. Dad comes over for the weekend, then goes back to work on Monday. Everyone wins, and except for the local restaurateurs because no one's in town. And Dad's probably just, buying a pizza and drinking at home, drinking his sorrows away Monday. through Thursday. Yeah. So yeah, it's wild how barren
Yeah.
the restaurant industry gets during this time. And me working as a food distributor, we're actually doing okay as a company like right now, but these are like 4th of July, I guess, is considered to be the absolute worst weekend for
Because
the
everyone's
triangle.
like, even the people who aren't going to the beach are like cooking out and stuff.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
just
You
cooking
know,
at home.
like-
Yeah, the grocery stores are probably busy, but yeah, no one's going to a restaurant. So, but the nice part is the weather's going to start getting cool. It was actually pretty cool these last couple
Yeah.
days, which was fantastic.
God.
So I mean, I would say what's on the horizon, but you're just opening this bar, so that's the newest thing that's
The
happening.
Speakeasy's the newest thing. We're going into murder mysteries now.
Yeah, we're about to start a murder mystery one Wednesday a month starting in September. We're also about to start hosting trivia because like the bar game is so weird right now. Like people just aren't drinking as much as they used to, especially that like 21 to 30 like age range. And it's because of COVID, all those people like whereas we grew up into that like hitting 21 and going out to the bar was like what you did when you turned 21.
Yeah.
A lot of those people didn't have that option.
They were locked
And so it wasn't like ingrained into like what you do.
Well, it's so weird. I mean, just as a little advertisement for next week's episode, stay tuned. We're going to be going down deep into the world of THC beverages, and notably a sangria. So it's like a wine-based THC cocktail in a can, and we're gonna. I mean, she's flying in from Arizona where they started the business, but the local sales guy is a neighbor of mine, so that's how we started talking. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But even he was saying, he's like, man, I've worked in other realms like liquor, beverage, alcohol realms. He's like, this is insane. He's like, the phone keeps ringing and people all want it. Our old sponsor from way back in the day, Triangle Wine Company, I went in there recently at the Waverly Place in Cary just to say, hey, get a bottle of wine. And I realized that they devoted at least 25% of their floor space to THC-based beverages. And that means seltzers, the wine, the new like liquors that are out there, which I've yet to try, and then just actual flour and gummies and all that stuff, and like vapes. I was like, holy shit, this is like an actual head shop now. And talking with one of the managers, they're like, oh, we got rid of a lot of our beer because the beer was slow moving, and all those seltzers were just going nuts. The THC and CBD seltzers were going crazy. And I mean, I guess if you look at it, it's like no calories, no hangover.
Right.
You're not making these like stupid decisions like, oh, by the way, getting back to Kesha, as we're driving out, we saw a car pulled over on the side of the road. A girl had fallen out. I thought she was dead at first, but luckily she was just throwing up. But her, let's just say it wasn't tits out, it was more buns out because she fell out and her dress flipped up and she was wearing just a thong and she was yakking. And all of the girls in my truck were just like, oh my God. I'm like, ladies, if this is not a lesson as to not over serving yourself, don't be the girl whose ass is hanging out for every single person to see while you're vomiting on the side of the road. And if that's you, darling, that's listening to this podcast, kudos to you. And I'm so sorry if I embarrassed you. But holy shit, alcohol definitely makes people do stupid things.
I can appreciate, even from being a bartender, I can definitely appreciate that a lot of people have backed off of it. Because I mean, even me, I don't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Because
Here, I've slowed down.
I like hangovers once you're old.
I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and so we'll get into that going forward too. Will you have THC beverages at the bar?
we've discussed it.
Yeah.
It's likely that we'll bring them in eventually.
Legal here?
Yeah. I mean,
THC.
yes and no.
You can have it. And I mean, now they're, your typical can is like 5 to 10 milligrams. And then the guy at Triangle Wine Company was showing me the one that was 50 milligrams. And I go, wait, what? Who the hell is drinking a 50 milligram? He's like, well, at least
my
from
brother.
what he had heard is, he's like, obviously some people just drink it. He goes, but they're more expensive because they're that much more potent.
Yeah.
But he's like, but what people are doing is just like making 5 cocktails with 1 can and splitting it amongst everyone. So then everyone's just taking like a shot and it's basically 10 milligrams to the face real fast. And it's like, okay. And then it hits you quick and you feel no pain for a while.
And you chill.
Yeah. Well, gents, thank you so much for coming in here. I mean, by the way, the sandwiches were super delicious. I'm sorry to anyone that was listening that could only hear me and Zach jumping the whole time.
Underscore the sandwiches.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. So, like, this sandwich, as compared to, say, Ideals, which is more of a Philly-based sandwich, totally different sandwiches.
Yeah. No, this
Totally
is
different.
more of a New York.
Yeah, crisp, flaky bun. And I appreciate, I mean, you guys brought this all the way from Angier, so like it sat in the truck or in the car for at least 35 minutes or so, or whatever. So like it spent some time and it still totally held up. It was crispy, delicious. The guys at Ideals, theirs is like maybe a little bit softer bread. They're, I would say it this way, and don't worry, the fat boy in me likes both sides, but I'd say the Philly sandwiches at Ideals feel less healthy. They're like kind of gluttonous with like, the chopped cheese and like, all that, like it's just heavy, but I mean, delicious, but yummy, but like you also might die soon if you eat a lot of those.
That's a nap after sandwich.
Yeah. This sandwich, what you're making here feels clean, fresh, like crisp. All the vegetables were perfect and like still like ripe and delicious. So kudos to you with some great sourcing and great products and the menus. I still got to try those meatballs, so I'll come out and try
Try
those.
the meatballs.
Yeah, but thank you again, Zach. It's always good to see you, man.
Absolutely.
Probably not going to see each
Thanks
other
for having us.
tomorrow, even though it would be like that would be 4 days in a row.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, if we bump into each other, then that's
Well, come to
nuts.
Giuseppe's tomorrow. He'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the meatball.
Get the meatball. Well, for everybody, you got to get down to Angier and you got to go to Giuseppe's. For one, get in there, get that sandwich, get Laura's, or get the Glendale, or get the meatballs, and then walk upstairs and go say hey to Zach and get a cocktail.
Okay.
Well, thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. By rating us online, you're helping others to discover our show. Follow us on all platforms at NCFB Pod.